Hello, friends. Hello. Hold on, I'm a little bit disorganized today. Hot mess express in the house. Hold on, I gotta pull up my chat on this side. Have y'all all set up in the other room, but I always forget to get my laptop ready. And I also gotta start TikTok. So I just posted my video over there that I'm going live. Hello, friends. I can't see your chat yet. If you're saying hello, if you're spamming me, just know that I love and appreciate it. Give me a sec. And I can see Means, hello. Hello. Okay. So let me start my TikTok live as well. Go live. All right, and then we should be ready to get started for the night. I'm super excited. We're gonna leave this here like this right now. We're gonna get started. I'm also gonna bring over, while we do our prep and stuff, I'm gonna bring our other camera over so that way you guys have a better view here, and then I can leave a face cam on too. All right, did all that. I need to turn my oven on. I have a prep list right in front of me, guys. Like I say, I always write my prep lists. So you should too, if you have multiple things that you're gonna be doing. Just taking a second to the mental mise en place of thinking about what you're gonna make really helps. Means if you're here and you can hear me, just let me know that the audio is okay. I know we were having some audio issues yesterday, so let me know if something's going on with that. I'm gonna turn on my oven to 375 because we're gonna roast some broccoli. I'm actually gonna bring y'all over this way. So you just have a better view of the cutting board as we work. It's good. Okay, perfect. Hello, all of our friends. And we have a bunch of friends over here on TikTok too. We're just getting started. I just turned my oven on. I need to get my potatoes going, so I'm gonna grab those and start washing them. I'll bring y'all with me, huh? Come this way to my kitchen. Use a bright blue bowl today. We're using golden potatoes because, like I said before, I like using golden potatoes because I don't have to peel them. They're called chef potatoes for a reason. We're making mashed potatoes tonight. I'm gonna make some extra because I have extra leftovers from last night of my gravy too. Hey, get down. Yeah. All right. First things first, actually, guys, always start by washing your hands. My sink is a little bit messy, that's okay. That's okay, you know? Sometimes you just gotta do dishes. Sometimes you just gotta start cooking, you know? Okay, cold water, we're rinsing our potatoes. Always wash your potatoes well. Back over to our prep station. Which all settled in there. Oops. I had it set up before where you guys couldn't see the phone. I don't know how I did that. But we're gonna fix it, don't worry. There, we'll go with that. Get my other notes out of the way from when I was recording earlier. And I need a terry towel for my pocket. Okay. Oh, I think we're finally like... Let's see here. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Any comments or anything. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'd love to answer questions for people. Okay. It's good. Let's get these potatoes chopped up. I'm actually going to start by grabbing a pot of water for my potatoes. So give me a sec, I'll be back. Alright guys, I'll be right there. Hold on. I'm just filling up a pot of water. Okay, now we have our water. Put that there. Okay. These potatoes are pretty small. I'm just gonna like quarter, yeah, we'll quarter them because we're gonna need a little bit of time while it cooks, so we don't need them to be too small. If I wanted these to cook faster, I would probably cut them down smaller. I'm also just keeping an eye out for anything that I might want to cut off, you know? But what's everyone else having for dinner tonight? We're making like kind of a take on Salisbury steak. My husband, he bought a bunch of like frozen hamburger patties, golly, a while back. And he said that he'd be able to eat them all as burgers, and he hasn't. So we're gonna make some Salisbury steak with them. I've never done it before, but I think it'll be fine. And I figured take you guys along for the ride with me, right? But we're definitely on kind of a comfort kick right now with comfort food. It's been really dreary here the last couple of days, I feel like. And I think we've both kind of been like ready for just something comforting. Zach requested mashed potatoes again since we had extra potatoes. I asked if he wanted mashed or roasted, and he said mashed. So we're doing our mashed potato recipe again. Just super easy. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and dump this out and get these potatoes on. If y'all were here last night, then you know that we always start mashed potatoes in cold water in a pot, and we put a lid on it and we let it come up to temperature. We never put potatoes into a boiling pot of water, right? We learned that yesterday together. Heavily salt, runny salt. Where is my salt? There it is. Thank you so much for your likes, friends. Heavily salt our cold water that we have our potatoes in. We're going to put a lid on it. I'm going to put these over medium-high heat on my stove. In my Dutch oven, okay? We're going to set that and forget that for a minute while we come back and do the rest of our prep for dinner tonight. So, next, we need onions, oh, I need to get mushrooms going first. Let me grab those. We need to wash our mushrooms. And I like to make sure that I really, really dry off my mushrooms so they get a nice brown. And bring over some paper towels and do it here at my cutting board. Once we get these done, then we're going to work on our broccoli because that's going to be our vegetable. It takes the next amount of time. Most amount of time, I should say. But Neens, what are you having for dinner, friend? What, or I should say, what did you have for dinner? Because it's probably past dinner time for you. Welcome in, friends. You know what I need? I need music. You made a burger bowl. That sounds good. That sounds really good. Sounds so good. Actually, I'm gonna throw this back in here because I'm just gonna end up dumping this out. And there's my husband. Hey, baby. Cat's already fed. Hey, Rad. Welcome. Thank you for the likes. We're making Salisbury steak and mashed potatoes. I bet you miss my mashed potatoes, huh? Right now, we're just drying off some mushrooms. Means, what was in your burger bowl? I don't think so. Once I dry this off, I'm gonna go give my husband a kiss really fast, guys. All right. Throw that away. Wipe up the bowl because we're going to be using this bowl again. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Where'd you go? Let me try to do dinner fast. All right, we're back. I'm gonna get these chopped. We're just gonna do sliced. I think that's better for everyone. With the cameras on the tripods, it can be a little bit hard to get everyone the view that they need, you know? All right. Let's grab a container for this. Ground beef, lettuce, pickles, cheese. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds yum. Sorry, space over here. Okay. Our mushrooms are ready to be sauteed. Perfect. Okay, let's get our broccoli ready. Next, I'm actually going to wipe this down real fast. So I can smell our oven is almost hot enough. Broccoli florets into a bowl. That sounds really good though. Means I should try that. I have never done that before. Zach, thank you so much for your gifties. All right, I think that's good. Now, pick up that one because it looks a little weird. We're gonna season this and get it ready for roasting. bring over my seasonings here. Grab a roasting pan as well. A piece of parchment. Put that on deck. Let's put it on my stove top. All right. So I'm going to start with oil. It's going to help our seasoning stick, and it's also going to give us our beautiful color. Broccoli seeps up quite a bit of oil. It's kind of floury. See, I told you guys it was almost ready. Hey, Deb, welcome in. Thank you for your likes. We're making some din din. Oh, that was a lot. Oh well. We like garlic powder in this house, so it'll be fine. Salt. And fresh ground black pepper. Wait, we have a flash goal. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Hold on. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I don't want to mess anything up by doing it, so. Alright. Seasonings in the bowl. Salt, pepper, garlic, and onion powder. Some oil. Toss to coat. Needs a little bit more oil, I can tell. Like I said, it seems like a lot specifically with broccoli, but it's because the floret heads soak it all up. All right, now we can wash this bowl out because we're going to keep using it. But there's another important part. Make sure that your broccoli is evenly spaced. And what I just showed you, putting oil and your seasoning and tossing your veg like that, is how you should do all your roasted veg. It's just the technique of roasting. And Zach, thank you so much for sharing the live. I appreciate you. You asked broccoli. Yeah, I love broccoli. We love roasted broccoli in this house. Oven open. All right, now that we got that out of the way, wipe down our board. I'm gonna rinse out this bowl. Sprayed myself with water. Put that down so as I clean dishes, I have a place to put them. Zach, if you do want to help me, the one thing that would is if you get the patties that you were talking about. All right. We're back. Yeah. I think I had you guys closer, right? Yeah, like that. Okay. Next on my list, let's check. This is why we do a prep list. That way my brain doesn't have to do all the things and cook. All right, we have that done. We need to do onion. Oh, I need to make beef stock, which means that I need to get my stock on. My water on, so let me do that. All right, that's good. Zach, if you walk through right now, only you and Neems are on the purple app, so no one can see you. Other than that. It's just Neems.
Do you like to filter water?
I've already done that. I'm good. Can you just grab the patties for me, baby? That's all I need help with. Other than that, I'm good. Thank you, sweetie. I just don't want to go outside. All right, let's grab an onion. Just grab me the package. And I need... Now, I'm going to show you how to cut an onion. There will be a video going up about how to cut an onion a little bit more in depth eventually, but for now, I'm going to take off the root end just so that way I don't get root all over the rest of what I'm doing. So an onion, this is the top, this is the bottom. They grow like this in the ground as a bulb, and then they sprout up, right? So I'm going to slice off very top and the very bottom, kind of. I'm not going to take off the full root, though. These are both going to be like shorter lives today, just because we're not going to spend as much time actually cooking today. Less prep work to do, which is always nice. But also, I'm hungry and I just want, you know? So. Are y'all cozied up? Take off that little end there. All right, and then for what we need dice. So we're gonna do a quick dice on this. Notice how I bring my knife and my onion to the edge of the cutting board when I go to do that? And now since I've put those in, I can just chop straight down. I'll show you another way on the other side where you don't have to make those incisions if that freaks you out, okay? Because I get it. I get it. If you're not confident in your knife skills, that can be a lot for new people. People who are just learning how to cook in this way, so. Let's shut off to the side. Hold on, guys. I can hear behind me that my potatoes need to be checked. Give me a sec. Zach, thanks so much for the likes. Ooh, that onion is already gonna make me cry. Woo! We're at a boil now on our potatoes, which is good. That's where it should be. Okay. Okay. Now here's the way if you want to do it without slicing like this, right? So what you can do is you can actually make incisions and angle your knife, and you get down here, and that'll give you kind of the same effect. It won't be as clean, which is why chefs usually graduate from this method, but it'll work. And as you can tell, we're doing just a rough chop because I'm in a rush. Also, this onion is making me cry so bad already. I want it off my board immediately. You guys see the real tears I'm crying. Ugh. Everyone has a hack, right? Like every home cook has a hack of how to stop crying with onions. And I say, oh, well, you cry. Although I will say, what helps is if you stand in front of a fan. So maybe we'll go do that. I feel like if I do that, you guys will end up clipping together just all the times I've stood in front of a fan with onion eyes. So I'm building my needs of what we need for our sauce over here. Pot open. I have a fan right here. I'm just gonna let my eyes, you know. While I'm standing here, I'm going to grab. Oh, do this. I'm going to do it. I'm gonna get my pan conditioning so I can drop my meat here in a sec. I'm looking outside my window. It's really pretty. Okay. That's a little bit better. No more crying. Crying is for the weak. Alright. We have stock going. We do garlic. I don't need to do garlic. I have garlic. Let me get that out though. We don't forget it again. Like I did yesterday. My potatoes are cooking, yo. They are going. Oh, I was gonna add some celery since I have some on hand. That's right. Cut her out. Let's do this little rest of this. Here, we can get. Alright, and then I said something else I was about to do. Oh, I need to do cream. Hold on, guys. Let my brain do its thing here. We're done at the cutting board for now. Actually, I think in general, so I'm gonna bring y'all also. So here. Oops, sorry. Okay. And you guys can get the stove too. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna get some heavy whipping cream into a pot to start warming up for my potatoes. About that. Like I said, this pan in the back is already conditioning, which means I'm heating it up. Get a knob of butter for this. For our potatoes. So we're gonna leave out the butter in my knife because we're gonna need it. Grab my seasonings and bring them back over to my stovetop and my oil. Right. You guys notice how I open the lid away from myself? That makes it so to hurt my self-esteem. Just gonna use this thermometer, not even to temp it, just to poke it. Needs about a minute and a half. Which means that I need to get my sink ready to strain. Take that off so it's hot. And forgive my I need this. Nicole. Spider. This is a spider. We use this to train everything up. Is that Jack? Did I just see Jack? The one, the only? Welcome, Nico. Drop some frozen patties. Like I said, we're using these up because I'm gonna make 3. Because my husband should have dropped the oil first. I got excited. He bought these patties and he hasn't used them for hamburgers, so we're gonna make Salisbury steak. Alright, I think our potatoes are ready to strain. Cider, no thanks. Oh, I get it. I get it. We're there. I got another towel. Yes. Those are ready. Dry out in our pan. I don't think that's ready to cook yet, but I do want to grab my fish spatula for when it is. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I set off the alarm. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Back to the rescue. So my heat is off, but I put it back into the same hot pan over the same heat, like the same burner, because we're gonna dry these out so we can absorb all the flavor that we're gonna put in them. One more minute on those. I gotta go check. Yum! I was just coming to check, y'all. So we want to dry these out until they're like the consistency of the inside of a baked potato. So they're starting to get there. I think our meat's starting to turn. We just want a nice Maillard reaction with that browning. Yep. Now these aren't going to get the best because they're frozen, but we can at least try it. Oven open. 3 minutes on broccoli, and then we're ready on that. I need to make sure I have a landing place for it. So it's not going to be on my stove. Now I chose to use golden potatoes, smaller golden potatoes with the skin on. So these aren't going to be super duper smooth. They're not going to be like a plum puree, but they're going to be really delicious. All right, let me grab some. Well, something here. Or over here, I need to chop that celery super fast. Hold on, guys. I'm not even going to show you this. Let me just bang through this really quick. Okay. Done on that. Back to the stove. Matthias! Hey, cooking is going well. Cooking is going well. Come with me to the stove. I need to grab something to put this on. I'm actually going to grab a paper plate that I have. Actually, we'll do, you know, save the environment. Let's grab a normal plate here. These are going back in to finish. So for now, we're going to pull them and start our mushrooms. That. And I know I'm going to need something to deglaze this here. Mushrooms suck off oil, so we really want to put golden on them. Let them do their thing. Alright. These are to the point that they need to be. And pop a lid on it while this finishes melting, and we'll finish those when we're ready. Leave them right there though. Now, since I have an empty container, I'm going to make some stock. Making some stock with that hot water that I got earlier. My onions are going to release just a little bit of moisture that's going to help us get this fond off the pan without having to add any liquid. Hopefully. I need to pull our broccoli. Oven open. Hot. Our broccoli is done. It's doré, golden brown. Yeah, see? The moisture from the onions is starting to come out, so I can scrape out all these bits in the bottom of the pan. So we didn't add any water, we're just using our vegetable and the water content of our different vegetables in our cooking process because we're paying attention to what's happening in the pan instead of just following the recipe. All right, let me grab. Have you seen my beef boil? No, that's vegetable and chicken. We have a big one beef. Am I crazy? guys. I thought I was gonna find something easy and to me it's like, oh my god, that smells so good. Right. Perfect. We got some bouillon. Now we're starting to get somewhere again with this. The onions have let out their moisture. That moisture is getting cooked off in the form of steam. And then once all that moisture is gone, we're going to get more brown. All right. We're in a good spot. Have that out. I can turn off my oven. I have stock made. I need to take a drink of something really fast, and then we're going to make our mashed potatoes and finish building up our sauce. Hi, Lisa's besties. This is Zach. Sathy's this from Matthias. I'll be back. Gonna try to update Black Ops 6. It's taking forever. I get that. Hi, Zach. Okie dokie, Matthias. Yes. Seasoning time. Black pepper. I'm not gonna add salt just yet because I want it to brown. Salt will bring out the water content. I do want to bloom my herbs and other spices with fat that we're using to saute all this. Garlic powder and onion powder, as always. I really need to just mix up more of my own purpose seasoning. I'll show you guys that. We're adding our celery. And in about a minute, we're going to add in our garlic. So I'm what's called stage cooking with my vegetables. So instead of adding them all at the same time, based on their water content and how I want to use the moisture that they will release and how I want color on them, I'm adding them at different times. Alright. Take our hot potatoes here. Make sure that we're good and ready, and we are. Take our oil, our butter, and our cream mixture here. And I think this will be, I don't think we're going to even, I think we might even need more than this, but we'll start with only half. So that way, because you can always add more, but you can't take away. So start with less than you think that you need, because if you're wrong, then you won't ruin anything. Did you guys hear that? Over on the purple app? Always start with less than you think that you need, so that way if you're wrong, you don't ruin anything. We're starting to get somewhere here with this color. I'm going to actually add a tiny bit of my stock to deglaze, because I'm not ready yet for that. Use it to deglaze and let my vegetables keep cooking. See how instead of following a recipe, I'm cooking based on what's happening in the pan? That's how you learn how to start cooking without recipes. Alright, our sliced garlic just went in. I'm also going to add a knob of butter. So we're going going to be doing the Singer method. Do you guys remember that? I call it the Singer method, but I think it's like Sinjay, honestly. That's how you actually say it. Novel butter in there. Let it melt. Finish mixing over here. Yep, we're gonna eat all this. Directly into the sink and rinse, so that way I don't have a dirty pan later that I have to take care of. Mashed potatoes are just an emulsion of potato, butter, and cream. That's why it's so delicious. Some more butter. And we need flour. Some all-purpose flour here. I'm just going to sprinkle over my veggies. Probably about that much. I think I need just a tiny bit more, so I'm going to add a little bit more. Okay, yep, get it somewhere. I wish you guys could smell how good it smells in here. Okay, guys, we didn't add salt before, so we're going to do that now. Beautiful, we're starting to get stuck to the bottom, so we're going to add some stock. Scrape everything up. And as we're doing this, we want to make sure that we're stirring because we have that flour, right? We don't want it to clump or stick onto our veg. So you guys notice I added a little bit and I'm getting that incorporated before I add the rest of my stock. That's just going to help so I can actually stir it and see the consistency without, so I can actually see the bottom of the pan as I, clean it up. And you want to get all that fond from the bottom of the pan into your sauce. Now that it's all incorporated, I can add my stock. And I chose a pan that's wide and shallow to do this because it cooks faster, so I'm going to get better browning. But also it's going to simmer faster, it's going to thicken faster, and cook off that flour flavor. Versus if I were to do this in the Dutch oven. We need to season this. This needs to come up to a simmer, and then we're going to add our meat back in once it does. So let's finish our potatoes first. We haven't seasoned our potatoes yet. So let's do that. Also going to need a spoon. Let's use this fork. I'm tasting to see if I need more butter. I do. But only a little bit. Actually, let's see if we can. Black pepper. You could use white pepper. I do have white pepper somewhere. We don't really care. I like to add garlic powder to my mashed potatoes because that's how my husband likes it. So do that. I'm gonna add some more butter. Need it. I thought I could get away with it, but because you know one thing I'm not gonna do? Serve half-assed mashed potatoes. Not in this house. Yummy. Just notice when you guys have tasted it and gone back and seasoned, stir it in the taster. That's how you make really good tasting food, is you actually taste it. So. And making sure to scrape the bottom of my pan and then use figure 8 motions. Turn it down a little bit because we're right on the edge of that starting to boil. We don't want to boil, we want just to simmer. Potatoes are done. Forever. It's in my pocket. Alright. So now we're just waiting for this to thicken up a little bit. Once it does, and some more of this evaporates, we're going to put our meat back in, let it finish in the pan, and then we're basically done. If y'all enjoy watching a chef cook dinner, if you guys have any questions right now too, because we're going to be coming to the end of our TikTok live over here. We are on the Purple app if you guys are there at all. Yo, oh my gosh, I am so sorry, new friend. I I was over at the stove. But anyways, if you guys have any questions over here on TikTok, definitely let me know. I'd love to answer them. You can always ask them here, or if you'd like, you can drop them into any of my videos in the comments. I always check when I get questions in there and try to answer them. Anyways, thank you to everyone who was over here on the TikToks. If you didn't know, if you found me on the Purple app or on TikTok, I'm on both. I dual stream. So if you have a preference or you want to see different angles of the kitchen, I swear to God, here, I'll show you guys. Our broccoli. It's really good. All right. Bye, guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow when we cook dinner. All right. Now I don't have to worry about that. I can focus on just you guys. I gotta check my, hold on. Hold on. Okay. We back. We back attack. I'm just cleaning up. Knife. It's half of cooking is cleaning, right? I'm just staging everything over here as we finish it, so that way it's all ready for us. All right, what do you guys think? Means, are you here? Zach, are you here? I have 3 different video options of what I can post today over on TikTok. Should I post a video about ginger, how to hold a knife, or what knives you need as a home cook? What do you guys think over on Twitch? It's so good. All right, let's check our food. butter, so we can put that away. We didn't use this. Let's put her to the side. But what do we think? 1, 2, or 3? We're gonna chat. All right. Right, my meat's gonna go back in. That's okay. And we're gonna let that basically braise in the sauce as it finishes thickening up. Yeah, we're good. All right, guys, so we have our sauce is basically done. Our meat just went back in. I know you guys just saw that. Our potatoes are done. We have our side dish done. We have our garnish done. So that's basically dinner done. I just have to finish, like literally wait for it to finish cooking. It should be like 10 minutes. And then I plate it up and that's all. So I think we're going to be ending. I know it's only like an hour-long stream, but I'm just trying to stream every single time I cook dinner, and I'm able to stream. I'm trying to cook as I stream as I do it. So if that interests you guys, if you like watching as someone cooks dinner, definitely hang out. I'm trying to, and we're working on it, hopefully this weekend. I'm trying to get another microphone over next to the stove. Hold on, I can hear my pot. And that'll be so I can, 1, talk to you guys way easier so you guys can actually hear me over there. And 2, so that way I'm gonna have my iPad over there with chat, so that way as I walk back and forth, I never miss what's going on. Because that's been the hard part, is trying to manage chat, all the food, this stream, and like where those cameras are looking, and also the additional camera and TikTok. It's been a lot for my brain to try to figure out, but I think I'm getting there. Anyways, if you guys are interested, go check out my socials. I'm about to post a TikTok right now about how to hold a knife, which is super basic, but we're going over the basics, so. Posted. I think that's where we're going to end for today. I'm not able to raid out. I tried to raid yesterday and it didn't work so well because my account isn't older than 30 days. So a lot of people won't let me raid into them. Which honestly is totally understandable. But I'm not new to the platform necessarily, just this account. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and end here. I'm going to go walk over and turn on our stream ending scene. But thank you to each and every person who came and hung out with us tonight. And we'll be back, not tomorrow. We'll be back on here Saturday. I'll be cooking dinner on Saturday again, or lunch, we'll see, like afternoon. And then if you're a part of the Mystic Miss List community, which is my other Twitch, Matthias and Neens, if you're here, I'm still planning on doing reading tomorrow night. So I'll see you guys there for that. 7 p.m. PST, Iron Flame. I'll see you there. All right, guys, bye.